Some stories begin quietly, on an ordinary road, on an ordinary day, until one moment shatters everything and changes a life forever. Today's story is about a woman who thought she was meeting a stranger, but instead met a man who carried a past big enough to change her future. If you enjoy meaningful, emotional stories like this, don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and comment where you're listening from. Now, let's begin. The sky was a heavy gray, the kind that warned of snow long before the first flake fell. Emma Reed tightened her grip on the steering wheel of her aging Volkswagen as the wind shoved her little car across the rural highway. She had been driving for 5 hours already, her eyes burning from lack of sleep, her mind racing faster than the car itself. She was going back home, a place she hadn't seen in years, a place she'd sworn she'd never return to. But life doesn't ask for permission. A phone call from the sheriff's office had shattered her fragile routine. Her father had collapsed on the front porch. Heart attack, ambulance, hospital, critical condition. The words echoed in her mind like a warning she couldn't outrun. She pressed harder on the accelerator. Then a loud, sharp pop burst through the roar of the wind. The car jerked violently to the left. Emma fought to keep it on the road as the vehicle wobbled and dragged to a stop on the snowy shoulder. She got out, shivering instantly as icy wind bit into her skin. The front tire wasn't just flat, it was shredded beyond repair. "No, no, no, please," she whispered, pacing anxiously. She checked her phone. No signal. Miles of empty road stretched on both sides, fields covered in frost. Not a single vehicle passed. Then she noticed a wooden sign half buried in snow behind a cluster of pine trees. Harbor Road Auto Repair, .5 miles. She exhaled shakily. A tiny mechanic shop out here in the middle of nowhere felt like a miracle. She locked her car and started walking through the snow toward the narrow gravel road. The building appeared slowly through the fog, like something forgotten by time. A small, weather-beaten auto shop with a tin roof and a flickering porch light. The sign above the door read, Harbor Road Garage in faded red paint. She pushed the door open. Warm air washed over her along with the smell of oil, metal, and coffee. A man bent over the hood of a pickup truck didn't look up as he spoke. "Be right with you." His voice was deep and steady, the kind that made you feel anchored even when everything inside you was trembling. Emma stepped forward, brushing snow from her coat. He finally turned. For a moment, neither spoke. His eyes were striking, gray-blue like the sky before a storm, and there was something else in them too, something tired, something private. "Car trouble?" "Flat tire, more like exploded tire," she said. "I'm kinda stranded." He wiped his hands on a rag. "Name's Jack." "Emma." Jack pulled on his coat. "Come on, show me where you left the car." They rode together in silence. The heater hummed, thawing her frozen hands. Snow spun wildly outside the window. After a while, Jack spoke. "You're not from around here." "No, I grew up nearby, but it's been a long time." "Going back home?" She nodded. "My dad's in the hospital." Jack didn't offer pity. He just nodded. And somehow that meant more. When they reached her car, Jack inspected the tire. "Rim's bent. Spare won't help. Need to tow it." Emma's heart tightened. "Is that going to take long?" "A couple of hours." She swallowed hard. Every hour she lost felt like sand slipping through her fingers. "You can wait at the garage," he said gently. "Warmer in there." Back at the shop, he handed her a mug of hot coffee. "Sit, I'll get started." Emma wrapped her hands around the cup and watched him work. Strong hands, precise movements, every motion confident, experienced. But there was something heavy behind his eyes, like he carried memories he didn't share with anyone. An hour later, A small voice called from the doorway. "Dad?" Emma turned. A boy, maybe 8, stood there, hair messy, cheeks flushed from cold. He stared at her curiously. "Hi," she said softly. "I'm Leo. Do you like dinosaurs?" Emma smiled. "Yeah, always have." Leo grinned and hurried over with a drawing, an excited T-Rex holding a wrench. "I helped Dad fix cars," he announced. Jack walked in. "Leo, give Emma some space." "It's fine," she said. "He's adorable." Jack hesitated, then allowed a small smile, the first she'd seen. As snow thickened outside, Emma stayed near the wood-burning stove while Leo colored dinosaurs and Jack worked. She noticed a stack of rolled-up blueprints on a shelf. "Those look like architectural plans," she said. Jack paused. "Old life." "You used to be an architect?" "Yeah." "What made you stop?" He didn't look up. Life changes your course. There was grief buried in those words. She didn't push. Hours passed. Jack finally approached. "Car's ready. New rim, new tire, alignment fixed." Relief washed over her. "I can pay." It settled. She frowned. "What do you mean?" Jack glanced at Leo, who was now napping in a chair. "Leo says you look sad and scared." Emma's breath faltered. "He notices things, even when he pretends he's drawing." The words hit her chest like a truth she'd been avoiding. "My dad, he might not make it," she whispered. Something softened in Jack's expression. "I'm sorry." No judgment, no pity, just sincerity. "I should go. Thank you." "Drive safe. Roads are icy." She hesitated at the door. "Jack, really, thank you." "You're welcome." Emma reached the hospital just in time for visiting hours. Her father was unconscious, but stable. Doctors offered cautious optimism. She stayed by his side till dawn. But through it all, she kept thinking about the quiet mechanic with storm-colored eyes. 2 days later, her car refused to start again. She nearly laughed at the absurd timing. Without thinking, she called a taxi back to Harbor Road Garage. Jack looked surprised to see her. "Battery this time," he said after checking. She spent the afternoon helping Leo draw dinosaurs. Jack worked in the background, glancing at her occasionally, as if making sure she was still there. When the sun dipped, Jack cleared his throat. "You eaten yet?" "I haven't." "Leo and I were making pasta. You're welcome to join." She hesitated only a moment. "I'd like that." Dinner was simple, warm, filled with childlike chatter and quiet smiles. Emma couldn't remember the last time she'd felt calm. Afterward, she washed dishes beside Jack. "You're good with him," she said. Jack's jaw tightened slightly. "Trying my best." "Where's his mom?" Jack paused and spoke softly. "She passed away 4 years ago." Emma's heart twisted. "I'm so sorry." He nodded. "Leo was 4. I left everything behind. Architecture, the firm, the city. Couldn't do both. So I chose him." "He's lucky," she whispered. For a brief moment, their eyes met, and something warm passed silently between them. When Emma finally prepared to leave town, her feet led her back to the garage one more time. Jack was outside stacking firewood. "Heading out?" "Yeah." "Drive safe." Silence settled, gentle, hesitant. "Jack," she said, turning back, "can I maybe come back sometime? Not for car trouble, just come back." Jack's eyes softened. "You can. You'd be welcome here." Leo cheered in the background, making Emma laugh.
She drove away through cleared skies, feeling lighter than she had in years. Sometimes a broken car doesn't ruin your journey. Sometimes it leads you exactly where you need to go. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next story.